John's Morgan Hill. We're outside St. John's Morgan Hill, and I'm walking around the neighborhood. And I'm about to do something very un-Episcopalian. I'm going to drop off some brochures for our summer barbecue and dinner church. And we've done similar things at St. Luke's as well. And so as I'm about to do this, I find myself thinking, why on earth am I doing this? Well, one, it's because I've had, like just in the history of my life, an amazing life in which it is just immensely richer because of my faith and having encountered Jesus as a young man and in that walk. And part of the thing about being church is we promise in our baptismal promises that we will do all that we can through word and deed to share the good news of Christ. Or as St. Francis once said, preach the good news constantly, sometimes use words. And so we're inviting people to our barbecue and also to our dinner church. And it's like the basics of what we have to offer to the world, what Jesus has to offer to the world. A community of people built in faith and nothing else. It's not built upon, race or do we think alike. And indeed, as Robin Williams famously said in his 10 Best Things About Being Episcopalian, is no matter what you believe, you're sure to find one other Episcopalian believes it too. Because we've got a lot of room for messiness in what we believe. And we tend to go for, in the great middle way approach to faith, we're trying to find just the stuff that makes sense and gives life and stick to that. So it's inviting people into faith, it's inviting people into a community of faith where you're allowed to be fully human, where you're allowed to be imperfect, where you don't get a lot of preaching on how evil you are, but rather preaching based upon just how awesome God is and how wonderful the love of God is. And then I'm a big fan of dinner church, which goes back to the ancient church where they first met because of persecution in people's homes around a meal, both like a real actual meal where you eat, as well as the Eucharist, the symbolic and sacramental meal with bread and wine and recreating and participating in the sacrifice, death, and resurrection of Christ. And dinner church is really cool. One, it's Saturday night. So you get to sleep in Sunday mornings, or if your kids have to go to church, we've got an option that's just right for you. Second, it's a meal. You have to eat anyways. At least let us cook for you. And the food's great. It's the place where it's really family friendly. You can bring kids and it's not too long. The music is contemplative, using a Taizé chant style that's really simple to sing. And it's like, where else in life do people actually sing publicly? I don't know, maybe baseball games. But the other is church. So anyways, please join us while I stumble out into my neighborhood and share some good news. Thanks. God bless.